Yeah, I sent the link over to the guys, and still haven't heard anything. But
all right. If they pop in, we'll bust their chops for being late.
We'll pop them in and chastise them.
Well,
cool.
Especially because it's a lead singer. You're the lead singer. You're supposed to be the one that's late,
right?
Yeah, but for some reason, here we are, 3 lead singers here, punctual.
Right. Guess who big timed us? The rest of the band, not the lead singer.
Yeah, exactly.
Bigot is my podcast. Bigot is my Bigot is my podcast. Bigot is my.
I was waiting for that sultry voice.
Allergies, man.
Allergies.
They're sucking my will to live.
Well, you go ahead and clear that
face.
out. And I'm going to let everybody know that this episode of Bacon is My Podcast is brought to you by drinkwildbills.com, poddex.com, and grillyourassoff.com, where if you go to any of those sites, use the promo code BACON, get 10% off your entire order. Are you done? Are you done there?
I'm done.
Okay.
Just in time to let everybody know that they can also go to manscaped.com, one of our other sponsors. Use promo code BACONPOD and get 20% off and free shipping on some lovely items to take care of your lovely items.
Yes. You sound great now.
I just had to get that. I'll sound great for like
Phlegm.
5 seconds, and then it starts to build back up.
Yeah. So for anybody who doesn't know, we're going to peek behind the curtain here. Before we get into our interview with Ty from Mystery Schools, which is a lot of fun. We're just back now. Even though you've heard multiple episodes, we're just back now from So What Fest.
First episode back from So What.
And, man, what a good time that was.
That was so much fun, dude.
So if you guys enjoy, by now you've probably seen a bunch of the episodes that we've put out and the content that we put out, the tastings, all that kind of stuff. So if you do enjoy that, please make sure that you are
letting us know.
If you want to help the show out at all, head over to Patreon. Take a look at the Patreon. If you want to help us out at all, hit those subscribe buttons. Hit those review buttons, because every little bit counts.
Yeah, pick something up from one of our sponsors.
Yeah, exactly.
Share the show with a friend. Let somebody know. And let us know. Jump over to baconsmypodcast.com and let us know on there. Send us a message. Check out our blog. Check out all the stuff.
Because it was fucking awesome.
It was.
It was fucking expensive.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Even though we were pressed, we were lucky. We got a lot of water for free.
We did get a lot of water.
In the hot Texas heat.
Dude, if you add up the amount of water we drank based on what they were charging for it, that was more than our flights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Worth its weight in gold.
Indeed.
So big shout out to Big Picture Media, Kaylee, and Becky, our last guest.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for letting us come in and hang out. But now, let's talk a little bit about our guest.
Back to the grind. We got Tyler from Mystery Schools. Mystery Schools is a cool band out of California, Texas, and Vermont.
Not Long Island.
Not Long Island. Wikipedia lied to me. But yeah, we've got the Mike Cosgrove, the drummer of Alien Ant Farm.
He's in this band.
Is in this band and formed the band. All three guys were obviously in different bands doing different things and kind of did this whole project remotely and online. Way before that was the cool thing to do.
Yeah. Back in 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
I remember diving into recording and just being like, wow, this is really cool that I can record something on my own. I just remember years before that, it was always like, okay, guys, like, let's get a couple grand together so this way we can record a song.
Right.
And now it's at our fingertips, and they were using the real primitive shit. But yeah, Ty is a really cool dude.
Yeah,
really fun.
Lead singer of the band. Fun dude, cool guy.
Yeah. Took a minute to open up, but once we did, off to the races.
Indeed.
Per usual.
Indeed.
So, without further ado,
You should check it out.
Yeah, you should check it out.
Why don't you check it out now? Now.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick time out. We want to tell you all about our awesome sponsor, Manscaped. Manscaped.com. We've been telling you about them since the beginning of the year. We've been users for years. But now they've put out the new Ultra Premium Collection. And what the Ultra Premium Collection includes is a 2-in-1 shampoo conditioner, a body wash, a hydrating body spray, deodorant, and lip balm. And what you do is you go to the shopping cart.
Yep.
You put all your things in there.
Yep.
And when you're done, you use the promo code BACONPOD, and you get 20% off and free shipping.
I'm going to stop for 1 second, and I'm just going to let you guys know that I've actually been using this stuff for the last 2 weeks. I got my order 2 weeks ago, and I've been using it every day. And so I'm just going to give you a super fast review. The shampoo conditioner is awesome. My hair feels great. It doesn't feel dry. It's not loaded down. It's not weighted down. And it actually feels really good. The body wash is awesome. It lathers up really great. I use a very little bit of it. I'm kind of like a sponge guy, so I'll put it on the sponge, loofah, or whatever you want to call it. And it's awesome. The surprise for me has been the body spray. Mm-hmm. It's really awesome. I never used anything like that before. I got it and I was like, what's this going to do? I'll tell you what, as a person with tattoos, man, my arms feel dry every now and then. And sometimes for you that have tattoos, you understand that like when it gets dry, you start to feel like a raised up area for where your tattoo was. This actually, it smells great and it feels great and it keeps you hydrated. My hands, my arms, my tattoos, that's what I've really used it on. I haven't done the whole body or anything like that. I do use all the other products. I use the crop preserver. I use the foot spray at night. I don't use it during the day because it
the
might
Reviver
leave your
as
feet
well
wet.
For a midday spritz.
Yeah, 100%.
That is not included in this, but
The wipes are key.
you can
all
use
that stuff.
Oh, here we go. We got the wipes too.
Yep.
You can use all this stuff, and you can get 20% off on all of these things. And of course, their flagship Lawnmower 4.0, which I was skeptical. I had the 3.0. Mm-hmm. They gave us a 4.0. I was like, how much better could it be?
It's better.
It's way better.
I've nicked my sack on the
0
3.0.
times.
And I've nicked my sack 0 times on the 4.0.
Right. So go ahead, go to manscaped.com, use the promo code BACONPOD, get 20% off, get free shipping, and support a really awesome brand that we believe in, and support the show a little bit.
It's really good, guys. I don't care. If it's not good, I'd tell you, because I don't care.
Right. So
It doesn't matter to me. But honestly, like, I'd use this stuff whether we had a discount or not. And I use our promo discount because that's what we have. So have the same discount that we do.
Indeed.
And go over to manscaped.com and use BaconPod as your discount.
Hi, I'm AJ from Werewolves, and you've been consuming Bacon is My Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Bacon is My Podcast, where we have lead singer of Mystery Schools, Mr. Ty. What's going on, dude?
What's good, fellas?
Nothing. We're here from Long Island. That it turns out not to be where you're from.
Yeah.
Damn it, Wikipedia.
Wikipedia
So
told me
close,
wrong.
so close.
Told me
2
wrong.
hours
close.
away.
New England. What part of New England?
In Vermont.
Whereabouts?
So I'm probably like
Okay,
a
so,
4
yeah.
or 5 hour drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to spend a lot of time in Huntington Beach. Used to play music out
okay.
there.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, we're probably 25 minutes from Huntington.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
Yeah, we if you get a chance, they have a pretty sweet venue now called the Paramount. I don't know if you've seen that before, but it's probably like 4 or 5 years old now.
Yeah. Probably something like that.
But it's a great place to see a show if you ever get a chance. It's they're getting some really good acts there as well. So, and when you guys hit the road, try and go there.
Yeah.
That's a nice place for sure. Yeah. So Mystery Schools, really cool band. Sonically, especially with this first single, there's a lot of stuff going on. But this is the second time you've released that single. technically, right?
Yeah, yeah, in a way. We had self-released it a few years ago, and Mike got the itch, our drummer, who also did a lot of production for us. He had hit me up about a year ago and was just like, can't stop thinking about these songs, and I want to do something with them, and so now we're here.
That's awesome. Now, when you guys, because obviously, you guys are all in different areas and stuff like that. You guys started this as a remote writing thing. So when you recorded this single, and I'm assuming you're recording other stuff as well. Did you do that all remotely, or did you go to Mike?
I had done a bunch of demos, so real dinky, like, the pinhole mic in my laptop at the time, just getting ideas out with Mike Anaya, who's the guitarist and main composer. So the two of us were just kind of bouncing music and lyrics off each other. And once we had a body of work, Cosgrove, who was actually the reason that we met in the first place years prior to this, it was kind of a no-brainer to hit him up and get him to play drums for us.
So you guys met basically because you were all working together with your two different projects, and Mike was producing both projects, correct?
Correct, yes.
So what was it that kind of brought you and Mike, Guitar Mike, together in the first place? Like your bands, he was from Austin, you were from Northeast. How was it that you guys kind of got together and started working together? What was it that was the connection?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's so long ago. We started sending tracks to each other in 2010, and I think we were just both in a spot with our bands where we were trying to do something different. I'd actually just kind of left a band. We had gotten out of our contract. It just wasn't going the way that we had wanted it to. And I just had plenty of time on my hands, and he just kept sending me music. I kept sending him demos back, and it felt like the right time to turn it into a live performance project.
Nice. Now, that the first time that you guys all got in a room together to kind of jam it, do you remember like a moment where you had that feeling of like, oh shit, this is going to work? Or even before you went in, was there like that trepidation of like, oh, this has worked really well online, I wonder what's going to happen when we're in a room together, like musically, how it's going to go?
I didn't even, not that I can remember. Again, it's been like over a decade, but
I realized.
It seemed supernatural. It really just came together really easily. And I felt really comfortable with Cosgrove. He had really gone out on a limb a few times. He would like travel from California to New York to work with my old band at the time. And, really got close, like just really pushing me as a performer and as a recording artist. So it was kind of just like get right to work, and he's got a great space for making music live. So the whole vibe was immaculate, and the tools were there to record it. So it was easy, really, really easy.
How do you find him as a producer versus as a bandmate? And now like he's also producing you as well, but like, is there any shift in him, in his, like the way he approaches things or anything like that? Or
I can appreciate it when he's kind of in the producer mindset, because I feel like he's more focused. When we're playing shows, it's more about just having fun and just giving a good performance, feeling good about the music we're making on stage and connecting with whoever's watching us. But I kind of like being in the studio and having like, we got to do this way, and it doesn't matter if it takes 100 times. I just like doing that.
Cool. And he pushes you as a vocalist, or he pushes you?
Yeah, I think we're all
together?
just perfectionists in the recording studio, and we really encourage each other to get the best performance. And I think that we know each other well enough where there's no ego. Like if something doesn't sound right or we want to hear it another way, like we're open to trying new things. We're not too precious with takes, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess that's like super important too, because like especially since it is his studio a lot of the time, right? I'm assuming that you're using. So like
totally.
At that point, it's like, okay, well, we could just do it. Might as well, if we can do something, might as well at least have it and then take it away rather than not have it and need it later. That kind of thing.
Absolutely.
So
and that's
really
like
cool.
The great thing about being able to work with him too is we're not like on a budget. We're not on a time constraint. Just, we would, fly out there and stay there for like weeks at a time. And like any time of day or night, like an idea pops into our heads, it's right there and we can record it. It was really, really cool.
That's awesome. That's really cool. We actually had, funny enough, a band that was recording with Mike come on and hang out with us and do an episode. And I guess they did it from his daughter's room.
From his daughter's room, yeah.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah. So we've got there's a lot of history with Mike and this show, and he's too cool to show up.
I mean, I'm sure he has a good excuse. We'll find out.
It's okay.
Maybe we can follow up with him at a later date.
We'll follow up at a later date.
It's okay. It's okay. We got number one. That's right. Singers always number one.
Singers United.
So we got you.
Oh, yeah.
You got two more.
So you're both
episodes.
vocalists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right
two different bands and a collective band as well. So
Right.
it's really cool.
Yeah.
So you guys adopted this because now with the pandemic, I hate bringing it up all the time, but like with the pandemic, every band is literally doing this. Hey, I'm going to shoot some tracks to you, long distance recording, all sorts of things coming from it and stuff like that. But it seems like you guys, if you were doing it back in 2010, obviously you're one of the first adopters of that kind of songwriting process. So for you said you started with that little pinhole mic in your laptop or your computer. Did you eventually upgrade and get all the recording gear or any recording gear or at least an interface or that kind of thing?
Yeah, for sure.
Is it something you're just kind of still uncomfortable with?
I've been really spoiled working with Mike and even in other bands, like being able to get studio time was awesome, and I've been very lucky to work with engineers who are almost like part of the band in terms of really like watching out for the vocalists and making sure that they're getting the best out of me, which is always fun. A lot of times back here in Vermont, I play in a few other bands. It's like get in, get out. Sometimes it's like get in when the studio is like closed for the night and we're just like sneaking in and recording. I forgot what the question was, but so I have like an SM7B. Actually, Mike just sent me this slate drum mics.
That's badass.
He just got one. I just bought it.
Cool.
I used it. The producer we used it on the last recording for my band, and it was just amazing how you could you had all these different mics at your fingertips.
Right.
How drastically it changed the sound. Have you used it yet?
I haven't had a chance
to
to use it yet. I
kind of
wanted to I wanted Mike to come show me, so I might bring it out to California next time I'm hanging with him.
Nice. It is cool. It is really, really crazy how I'm intimidated a lot by the recording process. I'm more of like the songwriting side and performance side. And totally. When I get into the studio, I'm always just kind of like, I don't want to touch anything because I'm going to erase everything. I'm just going to ruin the whole process. But getting the chance to kind of mess around on that mic and then sit down and go through takes and change the mic while listening to a take and hear a completely different sonic quality to what's going on. It was absolutely insane. So it's super cool. You're going to dig it, I think.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I think DJ used that for his last.
Yeah, our
record,
buddy
too.
DJ had it too for his band. So
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
That's so like. How soon after you guys started writing stuff did you go, okay, well, maybe I need to get something better than this, or what did you?
Yeah, I mean, so we had like a few writing trips, like heavy duty. Like I would be out there for like a month or so at a time, and just recording every day. So it really wasn't until really just like a maybe like 4 or 5 years ago that I started getting into gear for myself. So between the SM7B, I've also got some cool live mics, and I use like a TC Helicon, a Voice Live, just because we don't have a sound guy, so I like using like effects and delays and stuff on my voice for certain parts. It really wasn't until we had like 30 or 40 songs recorded, and then we started building a set list that I was like, okay, I need something that's gonna embody these songs that we recorded live, so it doesn't just sound like, you know, an open mic, you know.
That's awesome. We did a little bit of research, and it said that you guys had like 30, 40, 50 songs that you would put together. How long did it take you to accumulate that much material? And I know that you guys played South by Southwest in 2013. Yep. So at that point, how many songs did you have and to craft a set list?
Yeah, sure. I mean, between like 2010 and probably 2014, we were writing nonstop. Whenever we would get together, we probably have more than, you know, we had like probably about 40 recorded. I would probably want to revisit them before we released anything. But yeah, they came really quick because a lot of the times it would just be this demo, almost like a lo-fi, like bedroom dream pop kind of demo that I would get from Mike, and then I would add my, you know, little distorted vocals on there, and so they had like a really different character to them at first, and some of them like really changed, and either we would shelve it or, you know, it would turn into like another song. There was just a lot of creativity. We were also working with a lot of Mike's friends. So many musicians just coming in and out of the house, and the whole thing for me was like, I just wanted to, you know, collaborate and get to hear all these great musicians. And we had like Go Zhang and harp, and we had guest guitarists on and violin and a lot of different stuff. So it was a really exciting time for me. I hope we get to do more of that.
How did that affect and change you as a songwriter, getting the chance to kind of do that? Were you always working with a bunch of people, or were you starting with like you had your band and you worked with the band, and then you got this and all of a sudden it was all these other musicians coming in? Like,
yeah. I mean, how did it change? I think for me, I need players in the room. Like I want to jam on stuff. And then once it's arranged, I want like a pre-pro demo or something that I can, you know, just play on repeat until I write the lyrics, whether the lyrics come in like 5 minutes or if it takes longer. But a big thing for that time of the band in particular was I wanted stream of consciousness. I only wanted to record stuff that I knew I had written, you know, as if I was just inspired to do it. It wasn't anything that like I had to, you know, make the band play a million times or sit with a recording for months, because like we were in it. Like I had to, you know, we were writing like songs a day at that point.
Nice.
And then at like the end of the week or the weekend, we would record the best of them.
It's so awesome when you get on those kind of rolls.
Oh
like,
man,
when everybody's going in the same direction, it's just like, man, it's nonstop, you know? So
yeah, it was like
had to be a
hive
really
mind
cool
shit.
time. Right.
yeah
that's
absolutely.
Awesome.
We'll be right back.
This episode of Bacon is My Podcast is brought to you by drinkwildbills.com and growyourassoff.com. Use promo code BACON to get 10% off your entire order.
Yeah, grilling season is never over, and you always want to quench your thirst, and why not do it with some craft-made Beverages by Wild Bills.
The two work together pretty awesome.
Yeah, agreed. So go ahead, hit them up, check it out. It helps them, which are awesome companies, and it helps us.
It helps us, and it helps you.
And it helps you to
because you like
live a more flavorful life.
You like delicious things in your mouth.
Indeed. So do it now.
Do it.
Hello, friends. This is Daryl from the Ansible, and you are consuming Bacon is My Podcast.
What? So like, by 2014, you said you had 40-something songs recorded or whatever. From 2014 to now, was there not like this isn't a thing? Like, obviously, distance and life and other things that are going on are always always in the way, especially if something is just hey, this is cool, this is creative, I love just doing it, but then life just gets in the way sometimes. Did you guys ever stray away from the project, or?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, shit comes up. The main trio, you could say, is literally spread across the country with Anaya right in the middle in Texas, and Mike and I on both coasts. I think that there were a lot of chances to maybe do it on a more professional level that just for whatever reason didn't work out, or they weren't the opportunities that they appeared to be. And then of course Alien Ant Farm, that's a huge part of Mike's life, and
right, sure.
And they had gotten some opportunities, and so it was just kind of time for me to take a step back and figure out what I wanted to do, because at that point I was literally just spinning my wheels. I had been signed to a band for a few years before this, and was luckily able to take the money that I had made from that to really go out to California in the first place, and stay with Mike and just focus on playing music for a little bit. But once reality kind of set in, it was time to come home and figure shit out. Luckily we're in a place now where if something comes up where we can make some music together, then we'll make it happen.
What are you guys' plans for moving forward? You got your single out. Are you gonna do the single thing like a lot of bands do? Are you gonna do the record thing? Are you gonna do the tour cycle kind of stuff, or are you gonna do spot shows that kind of?
I wish I had more information for you. It sounds like we're going to be this is like a slow burn. They want to keep pushing it at radio. The label does. Hopefully we'll be playing some shows in the fall. It's interesting because a lot of my experiences with labels where you think okay, this kind of fell in my lap. This wasn't something where I was trying to get this single out, trying to get the EPK out to labels or anything. It was just kind of hey, we want to sign your band, and we want to do X, Y, and Z, and still kind of waiting. It's kind of up to them at this point. The music is there. We've got the recordings. Maybe they need a little elbow grease or some new production shine on it. But we're ready to play shows, and I'd love to get in a room and play these songs live again. It's been a minute.
That's awesome that you have a label that's giving it time, because you hear horror stories right now of if they don't put it out and you don't get immediately a viral TikTok and a huge hit, they don't even worry about it again, and they're on to the next thing. So that they're giving it any time at all is pretty awesome.
I hope so. I mean, my anxiety is through the roof, because it's we signed the deal a year ago, and obviously trying to break a band in the middle of a pandemic, or the tail end of, or whatever you want to call it.
It's not ideal.
No. So honestly, my first thought was what the hell are you guys trying to do? But again, the songs are recorded, and it's no skin off my back. So. Right. Really, it's just been keeping in touch and keeping my chops up. I play in a couple other bands I mentioned. There's a wedding band that I'm in, so wedding season's getting started. So I'll be ready for
That'll
mystery
keep you
schools
busy.
It's
whenever
the money
they're
time of
ready.
year. It's the money time of
Yeah.
year, man.
Yeah, money
Uh,
and again, keep my chops up. Like we're playing like
Yeah.
3-4 hour sets, so
All
it'll be
different
good for mystery
styles, too,
schools
yeah.
whenever.
Nice.
Nice. Well, the other bands, you said, wedding band and stuff like that. Is it mostly covers or tribute, or you doing original stuff too?
Yeah, so I'm in a metal band called Ghastly Sound. We're signed to this little label called Magnetic Eye Records, and they really just put out our stuff on vinyl when we have
Cool.
stuff to put out. But Vermont's not the best market. Not a whole lot of bands come through, so it is
Yeah.
difficult. But it's cool to put music out, and between that and the wedding band, it really does just keep my chops up, which is what I'm most
Absolutely, I'm sure.
interested in.
How do you approach? Because I'm also in a couple of different bands, and then we have a project, and you're in a band. How do you, as a writer, work with writing for different projects? Like, how do you go into it going, this I'm writing for this band, or do you just start writing and go, this feels like this feels like this, or do you just bring everything to everybody and go, whoever likes it, that's where we go?
I do appreciate when even musicians are like, no, this is for this and this is for that. Like, it's not just throwing
Yeah.
shit at a wall. You are really thinking about like what it sounds like, who you're playing with, like what it makes you feel. So I think, especially with riff-based music, like I want to be into the riff, like I want to be into the music, and it kind of organically, like the voice comes from there. So a lot of times it'll be melody first. The voice comes first, and then again, I really love when the lyrics kind of just come, at least at first, like stream of consciousness to the music. It's you're vibing out with what you're creating, what you're part of. And then I'm constantly just, I got my memo pad or whatever, and I'll be
I'm
typing
sure,
stuff
yeah.
up. And then sometimes it just works out where it's like, hey, I've got something that works with this. So it's kind of attacking it at both angles when possible. What's
your most obvious voice memo title on your phone?
I actually will press enter, so it doesn't have any, like none of them have any titles. They're all just like space, and I'll have the date, and then I'll just
Oh my God,
run
that's just
through 'em.
rolling the dice, man.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That
No, totally.
That sounds horrifying to me.
Most of them are my address, my general address.
Okay.
Like where I'm at the time. So it's either work or here. But
Oh, gotcha.
I do have a few that are like do dot do to try to remember what the riff is.
Or I'll have a chord progression if I'm playing something, so that I'll put what tuning I'm in too, because I've made that mistake where like I've gone back and I'm like, how do I play this? What is this? I don't even know what to do with this. Or sometimes it's, once it gets to the point of like jamming it in the room with the band, it becomes some ridiculous title like must be an anus, like it's something stupid like that.
Sure.
But but at first is I could never just have blank spaces. That like it makes my back tense up.
Or you know what? A lot of the time, like if especially when the riff comes first, like there will have been like a file name sent to me, and it'll just be like some random thing. And sometimes I'll use it for the prompt. Sometimes I'll keep the name just because it's funny or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. I love that when guys, like as a vocalist, when everybody writes a song and I didn't put lyrics to it yet, and they were like, "This is the title of the song," and it's like,
yeah,
I'm not writing about that.
Right.
Like, I don't know what you want from me.
Don't put that in my head.
That's not going to be it.
Don't put that in my head right now.
Yeah. So with Ghastly Sound, actually, we put out a record in 2019, and it's turned into this giant like tribute to Mick Foley, to Mankind, and it's called "Have a Nice Day," and all of that kind of just happened because TJ was would send me the riffs and would have like a little name for the riff, and it was always like some wrestling move or something to do with wrestling.
We actually, a buddy of mine and I, we were gonna do a wrestling based like doom thrash band,
Right.
and
Hell yeah.
we had the track list. We didn't write a single song, but yeah, we had like It's Not Fair to Flare,
Right.
just a bunch of great
3
great
versions of
titles.
Armbar.
Yeah, the three
Yeah,
handled
man.
family Gradunzel, for sure.
Yeah, we got
have you
called
listened?
Crippler Crossface. I mean, our whole record, Have a Nice Day, is literally like, I even like used like some of Mankind's like speeches. Like we would just throw in some of that into the lyrics.
King Dewey.
If you get a chance, just this week, Foley just put out a podcast with Conrad Thompson. First episode is about one of his retirement matches at the Hell in a Cell against Triple H. The first episode is 3 hours long, and I'm about an hour in,
Right.
and we have not talked at all about the match itself. It's just him going off, and dude, it's a really good listen. So if you get a chance, definitely worth
Hell
listening,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
We're
right on.
We're big wrestling nerds
Yes,
ourselves.
We're
so.
also wrestling nerds.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, we had one of the non-pro known people was Eric Bischoff.
Yes.
Okay.
He uses them for target practice. He said.
Yep.
So yeah, we're all about the wrestling stuff for sure.
Hell yeah. Right on.
We'll get back into that, but
Yeah.
right now we do need to pay some bills.
We do.
And the way we do that, one of the ways we do that, is through a company called Poddex. So what Poddex are a bunch of decks of cards for people who are budding podcasters who don't have verbal diarrhea like we do,
Indeed.
and just kind of need an icebreaker to like start the conversation and stuff like that. So there are a bunch of decks. Within these decks are 50 cards. Within each card is a question. I know he loves when I do this. It's like a real
That's
build-up.
the most long-winded explanation.
Yeah,
Great.
he loves
I love
it.
it.
He loves it.
It's fantastic.
So what we're going to do is have you pick one of these decks and then a random card from that deck. So the decks we have for you to choose from are the interview deck, the interview deck 2. We've got What the Heck, Would You Rather, the episode deck, and then the new ones, the newly branded What the Fuck deck, which is like old school MTV. And then How Dare You, which is fun like that. So Ty, which one of these decks you want to pick from?
What the fuck? Why
What
not?
the fuck?
Yeah, he wants to sing it. He's a fucking singer.
All right. So Mike's going to shuffle those because he can. I cannot. What I can do is tell you that if you go to poddex.com and check out these decks plus more, you can check out their app that they have for your phone. They also have all kinds of cool swag. If you decide you want to take anything home, use the promo code BACON,
Because everything is better with bacon.
and you'll get 10% off your entire order, and you'll help the podcast. Right? That's
Yeah.
simple. Just that easy. Just that easy. It's as easy as hitting like, which you could do right now, too, if you
Yeah.
wanted to do that.
Do it. All right, so I'm going to fan these out. He's going to use the finger of power, and you let him know when to stop.
Starting from my left to my right, your right to your left.
Boom. Pick it.
Right there. Got it. All right. Ty, what gift would be awkward to receive from your boss?
What gift would be awkward? Literally anything but a bonus or a raise.
I feel like a
I
good
was
one would be
gifted
like
some weed the other day. That was pretty cool. I work for
Oh, that
Discovery,
is cool.
So
from
it wasn't
well,
that cool.
that-
It was
Well, that's
normal.
not. Yeah, that's not weird then.
Yeah.
that's standard issue for that.
Yeah.
I feel like interviews for dummies would be a really awkward gift to get from your boss.
Yeah,
Yes.
Job interviews for dummies would
Job
be
interviews for dummies.
rough.
That would be
Like,
a bad one.
but
for sure.
what? Okay.
Right.
So you work for a dispensary?
Dildos
I do.
Dildos.
also would be
Dildos.
weird.
I think that would be a lawsuit waiting to happen, right?
That would be
Unless you
weird
work for
to
like a
receive
sex
from
toy
us.
company.
Right.
Then it would be normal.
That would be normal, I guess.
Yeah, it's all relative, really.
Try it.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah.
But yes, go on.
No. So his brother actually works in the industry as well.
Indeed, he does.
Out west, right?
Yeah, he used to work for CAD9, and I don't remember the company he works for now. I'll have to find out. But he's out in California.
It's a botanist,
and he is he's an organic chemist.
Oh, that's right.
And he
Not a
has
botanist.
developed ways to better grow and harvest out there. So he's working for one of the big cannabis companies,
Right on.
and he loves his job.
Yeah.
And so do we, because we all get great Christmas gifts. It's fantastic.
So you said you're a wrestling fan. Do you still watch wrestling or anything like that?
It's been a minute. Again, like my bandmate TJ is the real wrestling head. Big AEW fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I would go over there and watch it with him in solidarity.
What's your thing? Everybody's got a thing, right? Like we all have music as our thing.
Right.
Part of the whole premise of
Right.
the show is that we try and find out what is that other thing? What's your bacon? What's that thing that makes your life better? So for you, like, what do you do when you need to get your head out of the things that are stressing you out? You know,
Man.
what are you? Are you a hiker? Are you a movie guy? Just huge bags of weed? What's
All of the above.
All of the above. Do you
I
cook?
got some
Yeah.
good buddies who are into disc golf. So sometimes
nice.
I'm not
Oh.
like a natural disc golfer, but it's really good to get invited to play some disc golf. Every time I
Yeah.
play, I'm like, all right, this is why I'm out here. But,
I don't know if there's any disc golf courses here on the island.
Not that I've seen,
But I've played
Damn.
disc golf on
but it's fun.
on what's it? PlayStation Move. I used to have a disc
really,
golf game.
wow.
I
Yeah,
didn't even know
it
that
was-
existed.
Yeah, it was PS3 though.
Okay,
It was like when the PS Move was out and they were trying to do the Wii thing.
right.
Man, I would
Yeah.
definitely break my TV throwing the controller
yeah.
into the screen.
It was very, very dangerous for sure. But yeah, I love that. I love that. I want to play disc golf.
Yeah, I can't do Wii type things, or probably VR either, because I'm an arms flailer.
Yeah,
yeah.
you're talking with your hands a lot too.
I
so.
talk with my hands all the time, and if I'm doing things and then I've got a thing over my face, I'm breaking my arm. I'm hitting the walls. I'm breaking things. It's gonna happen. Although I just saw there's every now and then I'll go down YouTube rabbit holes of like new tech that people are creating, and you'll see like someone makes an Iron Man suit for themselves and shit like that. But there's a thing that people have been working on with VR where it's like a treadmill where you can go in any direction on it,
No shit.
and you can be in VR and move, so you can like walk and move and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't either. Like, part of me is like, that sounds awesome, and then part of me is like, I'll kill myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Just leave me with my side scrollers. I'm fine with that. I'm good with
yeah.
give me my side scrolling, Mario,
Right.
my Ninja Turtles arcade game. I'm good with that.
There you go.
That's
Some
fine
old
with me.
school X-Men.
Oh man.
Oh.
We love that game. We actually beat it
Mm-hmm.
just before I was kicked out of my apartment by my wife because we were making too much noise.
Yeah.
Did you ever notice? You ever notice how Colossus does that thing that he doesn't actually do in the comics, where he just goes "Bah!" and like just stuff comes out and he kills everybody?
Energy. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, man.
we he hit the "Bah!" button and we couldn't stop laughing.
I love that noise. So I just started doing it.
Yeah, and then because we were in an apartment building, neighbors were banging their ceiling, my floor, like, shut the fuck up, it's midnight.
Grown ass man at midnight going,
Ah! Yeah, and then
it's fantastic.
we were kicked out,
Yes.
promptly kicked out.
Yes.
But it was
Sounds
all
right.
good
That's
fun.
right.
I just never understood that. Like,
Went to a bar instead.
yes, yeah,
Well,
But-
there was a barcade that had like the huge, like it was like the tube,
yeah,
like the double screen X-Men table with like all you
Oh,
could like
yeah.
play like 4 people at a time.
Awesome.
I just remember the
Missed that
one that
shit.
used to have one for each specific character.
Yeah,
Remember
exactly.
that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Barcade's awesome. We used to have. I used to go to one in Brooklyn with a buddy of mine before it
Me
closed
too.
down, but
That
Oh,
one was
man,
like
it was
real
so good.
old school, like asteroids and shit.
yeah,
Long.
yeah.
Well, they're all over the place now.
Yep.
My wife and I went to,
Oh,
to
totally.
one in Canada. Not Canada. Close. Connecticut.
Same
thing.
Same thing.
Yeah,
You can get poutine there.
I'm sure. Sure. They had this like really cool Spider-Man game that you could like be Venom, Spider-Man, and like all these other people. Where I was like, I've never seen this before.
Wow.
It was really fucking cool.
We're also superhero nerds, big time. So,
Yeah, same. Hell yeah. Video games,
Are you-
superheroes, all that shit.
are you movies or comics or both or all of the above?
I had the DC Universe subscription, so I was getting comics on my tablet for a while.
I had that too. Yeah.
I haven't really kept up with it, but for a while I was really big into the comics. And now just kind of a movie nerd with my girlfriend. We like watching horror movies. And,
Nice.
she'll humor me, and we'll see the Marvel movies, but it's all kind of trash, but it's fun.
I got my girlfriend into the Marvel movies so much now that she's super into it. So she just makes a big joke out of it. She's like, would you want to go see Doctor Strange again? I mean, if you're okay going to see a Marvel movie, would you be into that? I was like, yeah, we can do that. And she's like, okay. I just in case that's not a problem.
Well, that's the fun part. Like, are you one of those people that like, because we had discussions with certain people who they're like, that's not how it goes in the comics.
Right.
So that means
Purist.
it's garbage. It's garbage. Are you like
No,
a comic
man,
book purist, or you're like cool with, oh, okay, well, this is just another story from another universe. There was spectacular Spider-Man. There was amazing Spider-Man.
Absolutely.
There was Spider-Man. So like,
I mean,
this
now
is
that
another
they
thing.
like, it's literally the marketing for everything.
Yeah,
really.
right.
It's the multiverse, so anything goes.
It's
I
genius.
guess. Yeah.
It's genius.
I love that. I think that's super cool.
Are you gonna go see the Morbius sequel? It's Morbin time.
Morbin time.
It's Morbin time. Yeah.
Mighty
I
Morbin.
actually haven't seen that yet. I'm gonna wait till it drops on streaming, but I'm definitely
That's
gonna
a
laugh.
very
at
good
it.
idea.
That's the best plan.
That is a very good idea.
Yeah,
Because-
I feel like they've really encouraged the studios in the wrong way. that they're actually re-releasing it to theaters and shit. But
I love
Money.
that. I just love that Jared Leto's in on the joke.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So he was like,
oh man,
I'll play
Morbin
along.
time.
yeah, absolutely. He was also. I think he was the worst Joker.
I think he looked terrible.
He was
And
a
I
new
thought
metal
it was-
Joker.
Yeah.
But look, it's how it looked.
What?
It was the look
It's how he
and
looked.
the way he played it, and really what they gave him. Like, it was just
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he would
cringy.
have been all right. That deleted scene from the Snyderverse version,
Right.
that was acceptable.
You like that, dude? I hated
thought it was
that more
acceptable.
than Suicide Squad.
No. The movie was trash, but the scene itself was like, okay, I could deal with him being like that, like the whole
Sure.
mob boss thing. I don't know about that.
Well, it was.
He
It
was a
one of
juggalo.
the-
He was like a juggalo.
Yeah.
He was a juggalo. Yeah, he's definitely. He definitely was.
I mean, if we had it, I mean, there are real world Joker. There's that Florida Joker, like same thing. Like he should be
Oh yeah,
suing
That
Warner
dude's
Brothers
wild.
or whatever.
there's a day, and I think it's in November, that is Take a Juggalo to Red Lobster Day. It's a
really?
national thing.
Nice. Someone
There's a
should
day
just
for everything.
take the Joker out to Red Lobster. You chill out.
Take the Joker to Red Lobster.
Wow,
Get us some cheddar biscuits.
wow, unbelievable. Well, we've taken up a lot of your time, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna let everybody know where they can find everything Mystery Schools, all your socials, everything like that.
Yeah, sure. So we're just starting out on the socials. I am horrible at social media, so that's one thing we're working on. But Mystery Schools, our Our single "Don't Look Back" is out on Spotify. It's out on all the streaming. If you search at Mystery Schools on Instagram, you'll find us. You know, come say hi, follow us, give us a like, DM us, whatever. And then we made a TikTok, which I just feel is like, I don't know. I know it's so huge, but it feels like such a Pandora's
right?
box mistake.
Feels weird.
We have one too, and I don't like opening the app at all. I don't like
the app is scary.
Right?
So we're Mystery Schools Band. If you want to check out our
Right.
silly little TikTok. I got it like literally 2 weeks ago for the first time. Never had opened TikTok in my life. Downloaded the app, and all I put was like, they ask you what your interests are, and I'm like music, and I followed all these music accounts. And then you go to the explore section, and it feels like the entire world has been turned into like cam models, and it's just, I mean, nothing against cam models, but
Right.
it was very strange as, you know, just like a traditional, like I show up, I play the songs, and then if you want to buy the recorded versions of them, I've got those for you. And now it's this whole freemium gambling app thing you got to be on. It's very strange.
Yeah. We can't wait for the Mystery Schools OnlyFans. We're super excited about
It's coming, dude. It's coming. It'll probably make more money than
We're
the
signing
one
up.
we've got going on TikTok.
We'll sign up right away.
Then you can give away those as gifts.
Then exactly. Exactly.
Gift cards, yeah. There you go.
All right, so everybody check out Mystery Schools. Check out Ty. See everything that he's doing. Plug your other band.
Yeah,
too.
I was gonna say, what if we?
Yeah, Ghastly Sound. We got a ton of music up on Spotify as well, and Ghastly Sound at Instagram. I'll be honest, the pandemic, especially in Vermont, everything closed down for like almost 2 years, and so we're kind of just starting from square one. So like, if anyone's expecting us, I saw you guys just had Orgy on and Glacier Veins and a lot of great artists, and thank you so much for having us on. I hope we can put out some more music and make it worth it.
No, it's worth it already, man. We just like hanging out and talking to musicians.
And when you guys are back out on the road, or either band, hit us up. We'd love to come see you.
Much appreciated.
Hell yeah.
So until then, everybody check out everything he's got going on, and always remember to ask yourself one super duper important question. Remember we said there was a test?
Question. The most important question.
Do you remember what that test?
Do you remember what the most important question is?
Oh fuck! What's your bacon?
What's your bacon?
Oh yeah! All right.
We forgot to do that at the beginning of the episode. Our clap in.
The clap in is legendary.
It worked really well at So What Fest.
It did work very well at So What Fest, but that's because we had to do audio and video.
Right, we were all together.
And sync it. But now this is just...
we don't have to do that now.
We don't have to do that. I just do that so this way I know this is where the outro is.
Right.
It's an edit point. Let's just do it. 1, 2, 3. Damn. Wait. 1, 2, 3. There we go. There we go.
Hashtag prof.
We're a week off, so
Yeah.
It was,
we're week and off.
We're weekend off. So a lot of fun. Definitely check out Mystery Schools. They're
Don't Look Back is out now.
Yeah, they're
cool song.
It's a lot of sounds too. It's like funky, it's poppy, it's rocky. Their other material apparently explores into like the metal and a little bit heavier stuff. And
this is a debut, but if you're crafty, you can find them on Bandcamp, and you can find a whole EP that they did themselves back when they first wrote all this stuff.
Exactly.
And it sounds super cool, and it's great.
Yes. So definitely go check them out. Thank you, Ty, for hanging out with us.
Definitely.
A lot of fun. You're always welcome on the show. But now it's time to say goodbye.
I guess it's time. The day is old.
And that means...
We've got nothing left for you.
You need to tell everybody where to find you, Jimmy.
You can find me at Jimmy G's Shoes on all the socials. You can also find my band Craving Strange at cravingstrange.net, which will have links to all the socials. Check out our new music. by now, we might have a new single.
God, I fucking hope so.
It might be out.
I've listened to it so much that I'm sick of it already.
Yeah, it's old. It's old to
It's
you.
old. It's old. It's old news.
Old news to you.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it. So
It's a great
hopefully-
song.
Hopefully you guys
It's a great
will like
song.
it.
I really hope it's out.
And it should be. I think it will be. And you can also find us, the two of us, just
conglomerate.
the two of us,
Of us.
making music. It's Bacon is my passion.
Passion.
You can find that at baconismypodcast.com. You can find links to that and find us on Spotify and all those things. Share us, like us. If you're watching this on the YouTubes, please like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you know when we put stuff out and we know that you actually like this.
Yeah.
It really, really does help.
And I'm telling
it's
you, we're
super
putting
easy.
a lot of stuff out now.
You know how many times you could have hit that
Festival
button in me just spouting this off?
Exactly.
You could hit it right now, and right now, and right there, and right there's another one, and right there's another person.
seasons. Wow.
See?
That's so many people.
That's so many people.
so many people.
Where do they find you?
Me personally, you can find me at Me My Own Self Mike, my band at Something Heavy Music. By now, I hope we have something out too.
Yeah.
Because we're working on stuff. It's just maybe coming out. Now.
You're always working on stuff.
Always working on stuff.
That's good.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. Please, if you want to help the show at all, hit that review. Hit that 5-star review.
Yeah.
Follow the show. It helps with the algorithm.
Algorithm.
Also, you can
That
check.
cleared my throat. Algorithm. That
Yeah,
helped.
you
That
should.
helped.
We could always use that.
Yeah.
we can use that and just like talk about world peace and then just be like algorithm.
I can do that. Yeah, that's going to be part of my daily until allergy season's over.
Yeah,
I'll just
that
be having
works.
a normal conversation. I'll be like, algorithm.
Yeah. Yep. If you don't already, please follow and share at Bacon Is My Pod on all of the social medias. Hashtag What's your bacon?
Stay in the
Hashtag
conversation.
Bacon Is My Pod.
Stay in the conversation.
Hashtag Bacon Is My Podcast.
Stay in the conversation.
And that's how you stay in the conversation, isn't it?
That's how you let us know that you're paying attention, and we can see things that you post.
And we can pay attention to you paying attention.
Exactly. I want to know. I want to pay attention to you while you're paying attention to me.
Because you ought to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just
We're gonna
came
go.
back. It all just came back.
We're gonna go.
Algorithm.
He. That's
Algorithm.
Like it's like your safe word. It's like your allergy safe word.
Alabama.
Alabama.
Algorithm.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Have a lovely day, night, afternoon, mid-morning,
Snack.
whatever. Thank you for listening. What's your bacon?
Well, peace.